And it's live. It's logic.
The voice. The voices. The voices. The voices. The voices.
There it is.
Oh no, I almost said a thing that would have been give me killed.
Would you like to finish your thought?
You know what I'm gonna say, Dominic? You know what I'm gonna say? Disappear into the darkness.
Uh-huh.
I'm running into the darkness. I said it was my laptop is reflecting off my white ass skin.
Yes.
It
What happens when you're a cracker?
You know, it took me way too long to realize that that was the slur for a white person. Because I thought it was no, I knew it was the slur for a white person, but I thought it was because we're white as a saltine cracker. But instead it's because of what the whip sounded like.
To be honest, it was the same thing.
What?
I found out like this school year, bro. I found out this school year, bro. Yeah.
Una momenta.
Don't make us leave. Don't make us leave. No, because I was wondering for a long time, and I just randomly told my mom. What? I randomly asked my mom in the car, and she was like,
Depression.
Dominic had to leave. He had to step out for a second.
I assume that sigh is a sign of depression.
I think he's telling his parents about me.
Your crimes are many,
No.
for you have done many a big crime.
No. Can we be talking about that kind of stuff on a recording? I feel like we're gonna get canceled.
Cancelled by who? The 10 people who watch the video?
There's more than 10 people now. No! Got like 100 and something views.
Oh dang, I don't... I don't watch the videos because...
It's mostly Indians, so maybe they don't know what I'm saying.
What do you mean they're mostly Indian?
If you look at their stats, they're mostly Indian.
That is weird.
Wait for it. I shall show you. He full on ditched. Dominic, come back.
Percentage-wise, is actually pretty good.
I said I don't care for percentage. What are you up, cat?
Go away!
I'm back.
Hi, Monty.
It took you long enough.
Yes. Yes, it did.
I said it. The minute I start rapping hers, she's gonna come out and be like, hello!
Oh, hi, Buttercup. You want to join us again?
Oh, this is interesting.
Stop stepping on my phone.
Okay, so our audience is 38% 18 to 24-year-old people, 61% 25 to 34. Gender is 100% male, which is incorrect because I watch it and I'm for sure a female, but you know. And then geography is 10% US and 4% India.
Did you just say lies?
Did you say lies in my gender? What the heck, man?
Lies. Could you, like, not show everyone your ass, Buttercup? This isn't that kind of crap.
And now you're gonna get canceled.
Well, I have no idea what you said. All I heard
We're
you
gonna
say
get
for the 8th time.
We're gonna get that canceled because.
It's like,
Don't you think it would have already been
What
canceled?
about the crackers in our gender? No.
if there was a chance was getting cancelled, it would have happened already.
Yeah, if I was gonna get canceled, that would have happened like forever ago. So, a little late to the party there.
No, I don't think it's that bad. Guys, I need like chapstick. It's not okay.
It's not that bad.
There's a cat.
It's not that bad.
You gotta take off the glasses for this one.
Well, I gotta go and my dog.
Sorry, just gotta hydrate real quick.
Hydration. Why is Steam open? I don't want to play Steam games. Guys, I'm not okay. Okay, there we go.
Anyways, for recap off of what happened last time, I ended the campaign in such a method that made some of you cry, which was very apparent by the sheen on some of you guys' lips. I made one of you very upset, and I almost made one of you cry. And I'm pretty sure all of you know who you are.
Proof? Evidence?
Last video.
No.
Your upper lip was very shiny.
You can't see it in the video. You can't see it on the video. You can't see it on the video.
Yes, you can. We could very clearly see it through here.
No. Just keep talking.
And there's also after video admittance from all of you that I brought some of you to tears.
No.
So, anyways, after that sad ending, I was requested that I make you guys a longer story by giving you guys little epilogues, so I decided, okay, why not? So how epilogues work is, until further notice by my decision, epilogues are a single player only thing. They are not one-shots, they will last a few sessions, they will explore a bit into the aftermath of what happened to your character, and they will explore what might make sense. If you have a headcanon that happens, it's your own damn headcanon. I do not care. Your headcanon is not my canon. If you don't like it, suck it up. There is no promise that your ending will be any better than the ending that already happened. There is no promise that it will not be any sadder.
You know what I say about that? You know what I say about that?
Son of a man!
Exactly. This episode will be about Phoenix's start to the epilogue. Whoever is next, I don't know yet. We'll figure that out.
Hey, volunteer, Noah.
That's if he's okay with it. He also cannot hear any of this conversation because he's deafened.
That's even perfect. I volunteer him while he's not able to fight back.
On a side note, my cat has taken up my dice spot.
Good.
I cannot roll dice as...
I really need to get started on a Buttercup compilation.
I cannot roll as my cat has taken over my tabletop.
Just roll dice on top of her, it's fine.
Yeah, they don't exactly stay.
That's fine. It's even more rollage.
I don't think more rollage would help, especially with your record in fights half the time. Considering you lost to Atlas in the first turn of a friendly spar. You didn't even get to really fight. You just breathe and Atlas is like, well, you're dead.
It's not my fault.
It was your fault. You made a reference and got Rock of Shushing.
No.
Okay, I gotta move Buttercup so I can actually roll dice.
Wait, does this mean if I do the funny little thing that we do before the video started, then I'm going to get shot by a rock?
We'll say no. For now. It depends on how annoying you are with it.
I'm gonna do it and it's gonna be fine, and then I do it some other time when you're not in a happy mood or like a not nice mood, and then you're gonna be like, you know what? Get rocked.
We'll see how annoying you manage to get.
God!
I'm never annoying, guys.
Oh my god.
Thank you for moving a little bit so I can play D&D.
That was almost your neck, baby.
Anyways, Alexis, if you're ready, we can start Phoenix's epilogues.
Yes.
Alright. I need to be able to see the screen. Alright. Now that the cat has been moved out of the way, she is snuggled up next to my side.
How could you move the cat?
Because I need to be able to see the screen and access my rolling area.
The rollage.
Yes.
I have a question before we start.
Which is?
Do I still use puppet things or not?
We'll see how your epilogue goes, but for this episode, you will not have access to your puppet. The only person who would reasonably have access to their puppet would probably be Atlas. Yes. I don't know why you raise your hand and not just ask a question.
Because you're still talking. Do I still have all the stuff, like, in my inventory from the place or no?
No. Your abilities can stay, but items that you would have obtained from being there, no. As they would have been wiped with your memories.
Okay.
We'll just say, for sake of combat, you're gonna keep your abilities up.
I was asking because, I still have those two well, I don't, but I had the two
Oh yeah, the two necklaces you never asked any fucking questions about.
Two, but then shit was happening.
The necklaces you never decided to take a few seconds of your day to be like, oh hey, you know, can I just look into these?
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell. Up the fires to
Listen, man.
Siblings, I swear.
You're frozen. Oh, there you go. Also, I lose my turret named Bob.
Yes.
That's a turret named Bob. Do I also lose my 500 gold?
Yeah, you lose your gold as well.
But I get to keep the gun, the two hard light daggers, because they're from here.
Well, right? Yeah. Anything from your point in time, you get to keep.
You're frozen. Okay.
Yeah, anything from your point in time you can keep, and you instead get 100 credits instead of gold.
Ooh, cute. So much editage happening.
Well, that's what happens.
You said 100?
Yes. Credits are essentially just gold. It's just a universal variant. It's what everyone decided to use in the year 3000.
They're scientified
yes.
Gold.
It's like if the dollar bill was the same price everywhere. Anything else before we start?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, to pick up on one of the characters where we last left off, Phoenix.
Hi.
Where we last left off with you was that you were back in the future with Alexios. You were back to your normal life, just walking around Alexios' lab, pressing all his prop buttons so that you wouldn't accidentally blow up and destroy any of his current inventions. But you came across a strange memory file one day. And it seemed to have dated for about 1,500 years back. This memory file contained some people you do not remember. It contained a being clad in armor and made of fire. Another being made of fire who was dressed kind of hidden within large clothes. And an elfish figure who seemed to have been kind of wounded from whatever event may have happened to them.
Did I see, the Alexios in that memory or no?
Yeah, you saw Alexios in the memory as well.
Yeah, I know he was there too. He was there.
Yeah, the only people you recognize in that memory were you, of course, since you were the one taking it, and Alexios. However, no other part of the memory seemed to, like, make sense to you. But for some reason, that memory left a warm feeling within you. And so you didn't dumb it down to it possibly being some sort of virus or malfunction. And you held on to it. Suddenly, however, you decided you want to go where that memory takes place. Given it's clearly a memory that was coded into your logs. Like, it was clearly a memory developed by you. Not some malicious hardware or software. So after looking into it, you ended up tracing its location. Finding out it's on an entirely different continent from where you are. So you decide, without letting Alexios know, because you ever so bright and decided, I'm an adult, I can do my own thing, I'll be fine, I won't break down and need assistance, I'm gonna go rent a boat. So, without Alexios' knowledge, you snuck away, and you ended up going to the docks, renting out a position on a boat, and you got yourself a ride over to the other continent where your memory took place. After a few days after about a day of being on the sea, you finally dock at this other continent. You offboard, and as soon as you do, suddenly you feel your body seem to overload with something. And you feel yourself collapse on the docks and then fall. The last thing you feel is a splash of water, and your systems black out.
Oh, cute.
You find yourself awakening with your entire torso taken apart, and you see some of your components sitting on a rack drying. And you notice some of your internals kind of rigged together in a way that you're not familiar with. And as you scan the room, your voice box is fine. But as you scan the immediate area to determine whether or not it's safe, you see someone tinkering away at a table. It's not Alexios. Instead, it's some other person. They seem to be kind of absorbed into their work. They're working on a component of yours. And with that, that is where we'll start the session. What do you wish to do?
Am I able... I assume I can't move, right?
You are currently fastened to the walls to make sure you are easy to work on and you can dry it well.
No, I was gonna do something else.
I'm gonna be like, excuse me, what the fuck?
So
I beg your finest pardons.
You make yourself known, and suddenly you see the person kind of look over at you, look back at their piece before they double take at you. And they finish putting it together before standing up, and you see them kind of like brush their hands before brushing it on their pant legs. And they walk up to you and kind of look over you real quick before giving a quick nod. Sorry about the whole situation. You see, you kind of fell into the water, and... Stop panicking so I can talk, please. You fell into the water. I managed to pick you out of the water.
You're a robot and even Moss couldn't hear you.
Are you kidding me? Why is it... Okay, since this decides to be special.
The robot that I was, and I'm the robot.
I don't know, it's deciding to be special. What part didn't you hear?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Got it. God, technology is just...
Yum. No,
Okay.
don't do that below to me.
Anyways.
Yes.
As you kind of half panic at this guy, considering you are bolted down to the wall and your internals are very much exposed, and some of them are hanging on a rack, he brushes himself down and he begins to speak to you. Before you throw fit and, I don't know, deploy your laser eyes or whatever, I don't know what you do, you fell into the water. I took you out of the water, and I've been clearing out your parts and fixing what I can. Rest assured, I have no intention to destroy or take anything, because I don't know who your creator is. Your creator could be a bloodthirsty monster for all I care. Not where I want to be. I'm just going to finish up this piece. Everything should be dry. I will put you back together and then let you roam. Give me one moment. You see him go back to his table, and he starts putting parts back into the machine. And as he finishes, he walks back up to you and he starts putting everything back. After give or take 5 minutes, you're back to normal. You're freed from the wall, and you quickly massage your wrist before standing clearly and having freedom to move around. What do you wish to do?
I mean, first off, I feel like I should thank him, so I'm going to be like, thank you. But also, how did I fall into the water?
So
I feel like I should be scared in it.
you give your thanks, and then you question how you exactly fell and passed out. And he kind of looks over you for simply saying, "You're welcome." And for the whole passing out thing, I really don't know. I took a look at your diagnostics. It seems you had some sort of self-induced EMP. Don't really know. You just spontaneously shut down. I really don't understand what it could have been. Your memory system seemed to have took a sudden overflow right before you passed out. I'd have no understanding of why. I am only a technician who works on the systems of things. I don't work with the code. So, whatever happened with you is what happened with you. Maybe your creator could make better understanding. Speaking of, why isn't your creator with you? It's kind of rare to see a synth traveling continents without their creator.
He's kind of different. Yeah, I was about to say, he's in a whole different continent.
Does your creator know you're here?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
No.
Okay, well, I'm not going to tattle on you, because I have no purpose to snitch. If you need any repairs or anything, feel free to come to me. I can fix you up. Just don't do anything too dumb. I don't know what you might be planning on getting into now that you're here, but if your creator doesn't know who you are, don't do anything stupid. At least anything too stupid. I can't fix your code.
I'll try my best, dude. What's your name, by the way?
Since I've just met you, Synth, I really don't feel comfortable giving you my name. Haven't really looked into yours either. I feel like if we're going to know each other's names, we might as well wait a while. Anyways, feel free to look around and, I don't know, touch whatever. Just, if you see any big red buttons, please, I implore you, do not touch them. And I can tell by the look on your face, you're going to touch them. Anything with a big red button is very dangerous. Like the equivalent to a nuclear weapon, dangerous. Why I have them? I am a contractor. I get contracted to do things. I freelance. Don't press any buttons unless you're wanting to die. So, I say again, do not press any red buttons. If you dare try, I will stun you and you will fall apart. They are that dangerous. And as he says that, you see him pull out this little knife that the blade kind of becomes electrified as he presses his button. I will use this. Don't make me. And with that, he turns it off and sheaths it. So, after a little conversation, you look around and you kind of see what he means. There's a lot of random mechanical components and, like, synth parts, but also just some random odds and ends. A few things do indeed have very large red buttons. And most of these things with large red buttons have very vibrant stickers on it that says, "Do not touch," will explode.
According to Atlas, the freelancers deserve to die. I'm being told Dominic.
Oh no.
Wait. The voices. I'm being told to press the button.
Don't. I advise you do not press the button. I'm going to spoil this now. He's the only way you're going to get free heals.
I don't know, the Pookie's telling me to do so.
Don't harm the freelancer. He's the only one willing to not charge you credits to heal yourself. Because that is something I want to know. Without Alexios' presence, your healing function works differently. Before, you could long rest and be healed. Now, you will not heal from long rest. Given your little mishap with the water... Given your little mishap with the water, your healing systems don't work the same. So if you sustain damage, that damage is permanent.
Okay.
And you must talk to either the guy you've just met or another technician who can repair you.
Does it count Rakushishi?
Rakushishi damage also maintains.
No.
So you must be extremely careful. You take damage and it maintains. It will maintain that damage until you talk to somebody to heal it or you get healing kits.
I have two questions.
Okay.
Two things. Okay. One is the fact that you didn't want to share names simply because you couldn't think of a name for him yet.
Yes, but shut up. It's not easy to think of names on the spot, okay? I had the concept for the character, I just never got a name.
Trust me, I'm struggling with names all the time. Also, why do I feel like whenever you do Alexios's thing, he's gonna meet this guy because he's like, why is my synth? I don't really cross, I definitely got a ninja. And then meet this guy. And I'm like, do you know who this guy is? Or this synth is? And he's gonna be like,
I cannot spoil other epilogues.
no. That's my guess. I'm putting my money on that one. Okay, we can proceed.
Okay, so...
The voices have told me not to press buttons, so I'm not gonna press buttons.
All I had to say is that if you take damage, it stays, and this guy's the only one who's going to be willing to heal you for somewhat free. Anyways, what do you wish to do? You can talk to the guy, you can look around his area, or you could leave. And continue your hunt for your memories.
You said there was something going on with my memory, so can I take like a little peeksy doodle and see if anything's changed?
Okay, so you take a look at your memories, and again, you find the one singular memory that you've kept on the side that brought you to this location in the first place. But you don't really see anything else. So you real quick look in the code of all your memories and see if anything might have triggered or whatnot. And it doesn't seem to say, like, there's no signs of why your memory could have spiked and caused you to have an EMP moment.
Okay, what does EMP mean?
Electromagnetic pulse. It's, pretty much you overload any, like, electrical system. So you kind of did that to yourself. It's the equivalent of knocking yourself out with chloroform, but it goes like that.
Oh, cute.
So, yeah. It's like those scenes in movies where everything blacks out all at once and a giant blue shockwave encases everything before it goes black.
Oh, cute.
That's essentially what you had.
Alright. I look around.
You look around, you see everything that you already saw. You see his workbench and him working at it. You see the things with bright red buttons. And you are doing your damnedest not to press at those buttons. Given you don't want to be possibly blown up with the equivalent of a nuke. Or dismantled by a single knife stab. Other than that, there's really nothing else here.
Okay. I can't think of anything to say to him, so I'm just gonna say thank you again and skedaddle.
Alright. You give your thanks one last time, and then you walk out of the building. So as you exit and you look around, you see his humble little workshop. It's nothing too large. It's sizable, proper size for a solo workshop. Not too much smaller than Alexios' workshop. And as you look around, you can see beautiful cities over in the distance. Everything looks well kept. There are large, maintained roads. And given what you see, suddenly you have another pulse. Seemingly a real quick, spontaneous memory. Everything flashes to a more decayed, damaged state. The roads, instead of asphalt, turn into gravel. The grass becomes black and decayed-like. The trees seem to turn to a black, murky substance. The cities in the distance vanish. And you see some sort of ghost-like essence kind of go down one path of the road. And as suddenly as all this appeared, it vanishes. What do you wish to do?
I guess I go down that path that there was a ghosty essence. Oh, is the ghost blue?
It had no discernible appearance.
Okay. The voices wanted me to ask.
So, you follow down the path of what this kind of spiritual essence went down. And as you go down, you see this kind of little plaque kind of halfway down this path. And it leads up to this old ruined cathedral looking thing. This building now aged, covered in fibers of plants and moss, and kind of crumpled and kind of decayed. And as you read this sign, it simply says, "This building, one of the only remains of a battle once well fought that brought freedom to everyone." And then with that, you decide to continue down the path. Suddenly you find a kind of fine-looking restaurant building. And your memory seems to sting at you. And suddenly you feel your head grow a sharp pain. And as you real quick look through your memories, you notice the one dated for about 1500 years ago seems to look updated. You realize its code's different. So as you look into it, you notice now a new part of the memory has been added. It shows the group in your memory walking down a flight of stairs before gathering around the campfire you saw in your memory. And it seems the area around the staircase seems to look similar, except for the fact that instead of whatever building was there, it is now a nice diner. With that, what do you wish to do?
I just keep looking around.
You want to look around the general area, or?
Yeah.
Okay, roll an investigation.
I need to find a dice roller on my phone now. My Google on my thing is not working. Oh, cute. Be trying. No, stop that. Immediately. Okay. I don't see shit. Ignore the D6. I don't know why it's there, but
it is so damn bright.
No, you got
Oh,
this.
2, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you don't see shit.
You don't see shit. In fact, my eyes are broken now.
You have a very cartoony moment where your eyes just kind of springboard out of your head before returning. And you just simply hear the phrase in your head, "Well, I didn't see jack shit."
But you said there was a diner thing?
Yes.
I guess I go in there.
Okay, so you go up to the doors of the diner and you open them up, and as you walk inside, you kind of see it's a lightly busy place. There's a few people over in the seats. There's about like 1 or 2 people behind the counter, and some food's being served out. You notice there's a few seats along where the counter is. What do you wish to do?
Was there a guy behind the counter? I assume, yes?
Yeah, there's like 2 people behind the counter.
Okay, I want to sit close to one of them, and I guess ask them if they know anything about this area before the diner was a thing, or something.
So you walk over and you sit down on one of the little bar stools nearby the counter, and you kind of call over one of the people behind the counter. Lean over to you, and they kind of like glare you in the eyes a little bit before they seem to grow a little more calmer. Hey there, welcome. What can I do for you?
Who is that? I don't ask that, but yeah, I wanting to know if you know anything about this area, so, where the cafe is.
What specifically about it? Like, how the diner came to be? Like, you gotta be a little more specific than just what do you know about the area.
Sure, start with that. How do you know how the cafe became?
Well, I mean, the area here was kind of real nice and vibrant, and it used to be a farm, I think. I think it developed into some sort of farm around, I don't know, year 1700. And then the family that owned the farm ended up getting more and more into serving food to people, made a small little family diner, and then it became this larger chain one around now. It's really most I know about how the diner became a thing.
Moss wants to know what year it is currently.
The year is roughly in the 3000s. It is about 1500 years after the events of what you guys went through.
I want to ask the dude, this might be a really weird question, but have you heard anything about something that's happened like, 300 years ago for this area?
300? You mean like 1500?
Yeah,
For your investigation, I'm adding that little help, because 300 years ago would only be 2,700. Nowhere close to where you guys...
I would say 300. I would just say 300.
Okay, so you ask kind of more around towards where the date where your memory's at, and as you ask, he kind of like seems to look around, like away for a little bit, like thinking, before kind of snapping into whatever thought he was thinking. Around 1500 years ago? I mean, there are some things that kind of date it to be some sort of like camp for people, like the homeless or whatever. I don't know exactly about it. I think there used to be a building beneath where the diner is now. It was like a little dugout. And then there was like some stuff down there. There was like some contract board or whatever people found. I don't know. It's what we learned about the area when we got the job. But I really don't know too much. I think there's still a way to get down there. I think we use it for storage at this point. I think we have a staircase or something for it out back.
Would I be able to go down or anything?
I mean, he looks around kind of like shifty-eyed, and he leans in real close. You're not supposed to be down there, but for a price, I could lend you the keys. About 40 creds could do ya?
Man's crazy.
You could either pay 40 creds and just get the keys to go down there, or you could try to sneak over and break your way in.
Let me consult the voices. Voices, should I be honorable or do my little rogue action stuff? 100 credit.
You have 100 credits. He's charging you 40. You could try to barter with him for a set of keys to get to somewhere where you're not allowed to be.
No, I do have Riz.
You do have your charisma abilities.
Only thing was I, as a person, do not know how to barter.
You're just trying to drop the price. That's all bartering would be. You're just trying to convince him to get a more reasonable price. Oh, no, it disappeared.
Son of a bitch!
And
Put that dog back in the room.
I'm consulting the voices. You can't tell, but it's happening. The voices. As soon as the holidays are over, I'm making that my new profile picture. The voices. Hey, I want to try and see if we'll go down to 30 instead.
Okay, roll. Roll charisma.
Can I use the ring?
You can use your ability for advantage, yes.
They just need to be.
That's helpful. Look at this.
He said he put it back, and I was like, well, you can
Let me roll a counter roll.
Please don't get Tony.
That succeeds.
Yay!
You kind of lean back in, you offer 30 credits instead. He thinks about it for a minute before he kind of puts the keys down lightly on the counter. You know what? 30 works. And he puts out like a little pad. And you know, of course, since it's your general time, it's a credit transfer. So you take out a little card, you tap it real quick, and and you see a reading that it transferred over 30 credits. With that, he drops the keys down and then just brushes them over to you a little bit. And you real quick grab them and pocket them. So anything else I can get you, or you all good for now?
That'll be good for now, but yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Alright. So, now that you have the keys to the basement, what do you wish to do?
Oh, Nick,
Yes?
with 100 minus 30. Who says it's 100 minus 30?
Basic math, Alexis. It's basic math.
I'm not good at basic math.
It's just 10 minus
I
3,
failed.
Alexis. It's 10 minus 3.
I'm super good at. I'm super good at it. I know the answer. It's 70. The
My
voices definitely are not helping me right now.
God, how do you not know 100 minus 30, Alexis? It's just 10 minus 3. Anyways. What do you wish to do now that you have the keys?
I would like to sneak my way to the downstairs area.
Okay, so basing off of what the guy behind the counter said, you walk outside and you kind of go back to the little entry hatch back there, and you put the keys in them and you open them up.
Wait, can I interrupt you?
Yes.
The voices, sir. Did they build that down at my fucking house? You guys will say it in the country voice.
Maybe we'll probably learn that here in a second.
Okay.
So,
And also, it's not them. It's the voices.
regardless. So you open up
And
the
voice
hatch and
playback.
you walk down the stairs, And as you walk down the stairs, you kind of see this large hollowed out area, which there's some spots of it being used for general storage. But most of the area looks familiar to you in a way. And your memory seems to like glitch over your overlay. You see people sitting around campfires, and as you walk towards this kind of weird window area with some shelves behind it, you see a remnant of like people standing behind it and product on the shelves. From large flat briefcases to small little devices that look like hand grenades. And you see on the little board there's like papers stating about contracts. And as you look around some more, you find the campfire that you and the people in your memory were sat at. And you see a light glitching of the people from your memory. And you simply walk up to the blue fire genasi in the glitch. And as you lay your hand on it, it suddenly disappears. And you feel a sharp pain in your head. And you real quick check your memory logs, and you see a new memory is in that place. Alongside your old one, this new memory is dated for a few days after the original memories event. And this new memory takes place seemingly in a large black forest. And this memory is a little more glitchy than the first one. You see quick flashes of a large spider-like creature dashing around. Other than that, there is nothing really discernible in this memory.
I thought you were going to mention something else, and then I was going to fight you because it probably would have made me cry. But I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what it is because no. No. Okay.
So, now that you have that new fragment of memory, what do you wish to do?
The voices are telling me to speak. They're telling me to speak. You said there was, like, shelves of older things, like briefcases and
That's what the overlay glitch kind of showed you. Now those shelves are long since empty.
Oh, okay. Can I just look around and see if there's anything left behind from that a long time ago? Probably not, but you know.
Okay, so you start looking around and you kind of try to see if there's anything left. You go into this little small side room, and as you go in, you kind of see this small little office-like room with a decayed desk and a decayed chair. And there seems to be these broken down shelves with these little stands, kind of seemingly like jewelry stands.
The voices want to know if they need to make journals.
Up to them.
And okay, so in the boss man's room, there's still shelves.
Yeah, so this room kind of holds some memory to you, but nothing really too discernible. It just feels familiar, in a way.
Can I look around it? Cool?
Yeah, you look around the room and there's not really anything left. It's just old and decayed, and whatever used to possibly be in there is long since gone.
You.
Anything else you want to do while you're down here?
Can I just, like, look? You said, wait, no, was that in my memory? Is there still, like, that board of contracts, or is that emptied out?
The memory, the whole thing of seeing papers on it was kind of part of the glitch as well. Anything left on it is old and decayed and unreadable.
Okay. The voices say your mom. I don't think there's anything else I can do down here, but I shall leave, and most likely, I think I have to return the keys, so.
Alright, so as you go to leave, suddenly something pushes you back down the stairs where you are entering. And as you stumble your way back up to your feet, you see someone dressed in a black outfit. Clearly, they're here to rob the place for whatever they could be stealing from a storage room for. But before you can say, oh, sorry, or excuse me, this person immediately juts a knife in your face. Since this is a 1v1 and you're not rolling against other players, you're instead rolling initiative against the enemy.
Okay.
And this will be how it is for all 1v1s. You will roll initiative specifically against your enemy alone. Just to determine who goes first.
I got a 19.
Alright, so you're first.
Yay!
What do you wish to do?
The voice is so to kill him, but I think I need to do non-lethal things and see what he was doing down.
Probably for the best, considering you're no longer in the 1500s. Laws are very different nowadays.
I can't just go murdering people voices. That's not the character sheet. That's not the character sheet either. There's the character sheet. What? The voices said, "Aww, oh man." Right after this talk about how I shouldn't be murdering people, I almost just straight up said, "Gun." I know use gun. I don't use the gun.
It's like, right. Laws are different now. We can't just go and kill people. Anyways, I cast fucking rifle.
Shoot him in the foot? No.
I cast turn to dust.
The gun is loud. I know I'm not supposed to be. I don't want to be loud.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Instead, I shall use my nanokinesis and try to pin him down.
Okay, roll.
I shall roll. How do I be quiet with a gun? I don't think, unless I nanotech the silencer, I don't think that's gonna go over too well.
I don't think you could really put a silencer in a laser rifle.
I got a 20.
You got a 20?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, wait.
so
Who's gonna show you?
you send some nanotech into the ground, and it real quick spikes up around him, latching him to the ground. It's his turn. He's going to roll to break free.
Yeah, just be quiet, forehead.
We'll say he manages to struggle out of it a little bit. He's still kind of held on by his feet.
Okay.
Your turn. What do you wish to do?
I wish to nanotech him more so he's not has hands.
Okay, roll.
By that judgment, I feel like that was a bad idea.
What'd you get?
I didn't roll it because I don't know if I do that yet.
Just roll.
Why is this thing being stupid now? That was 16.
Okay, you launch some more nanotech in a minute, locks him back down again. He's gonna try to break out of it again.
Oh.
He fails miserably. Your turn.
Yay! Okay.
Your goal is
I guess
to not get caught and not break the law. I feel like 30 credits is more than enough to get you into a basement, but not more than enough to keep a guy quiet about a murder. And if all of a sudden, hey, there's a dead body down here.
I'm not going to kill him. I just pinned him down. I'm debating if I want to knock him out and drag him somewhere else, or just start asking questions. Yeah, but then they know I was down here, voices. They were like, just bring him in for robbery.
Don't worry, I'm spectating.
Oh. You can't see my voices, they're my voices.
They're talking in general chat.
No, it's my voices. Oh, let's go to DM so they're my voices. The voices say hi, Dom.
I see that.
Boy says, do I knock him out or and move him somewhere else to talk to him, or do I talk to him right now? Right now.
You're probably going to be much more noticeable carrying a unconscious body outside of a basement.
Cause you're my voice. I'm going to be like, oh, I can't do that. I can't say that because you know. But I'm going to tell him to calm down. I'm going to be like, relax. We can talk. Relax. Please.
You tell that to the guy who's attacking you, and he kind of gives you this bewildered look, like you're crazy, and is like, I mean, I tried to kill you, and you're sitting here pinning me to the ground, but what makes you think I'm just gonna calm down all of a sudden?
Who's trying to kill me? I thought you were just running. Okay, now, no more calming down. You're trying to kill me? I thought you were just trying to rob this place, dude.
You're in my way.
I don't care if you rob this place, honestly. But I just need you not to kill me.
Fine, you know what? That works. Let me go and I will let you walk away.
I don't know if I trust that man. You're suspicious now. Give him money to get the fuck out. I like my money. Moss. Voices, I meant. Not voices. Moss? Who's Moss? What? I don't know who Moss is. What?
Make your choice. Do you let him?
No.
Do you try to trust him, or do you try to knock him unconscious?
Can I, roll to see if he's being truthful? An insight?
Yeah, you can roll an insight.
Why is it always when I want to see things, I don't see shit? Where is it? Yeah, he's being super truthful, guys.
See no evil, hear no evil, think no evil, know no evil. You do your best to initiate your clearly present lie detector mode, and you think he is the most truthful motherfucker in the entire planet. This guy could tell you that jumping off a bridge was great for your health, get your blood circulating real good, and you would believe him even though you're a synth and don't bleed and don't need to work on your heart circulation because you don't have a heart. But you'd still believe him!
So
Anyways.
I'm just like, okay, and then I'll let go of the nanotech and walk I guess up, and then I have the key, so I'm just gonna close the door and lock it.
So you let him free, and as soon as he stands up, he grabs up his knife and he slowly walks behind you, and he simply just points out and says, "Leave." So with that, you walk out and you decide, you know what, why not leave him as a surprise for whoever's gonna find him next. You real quick lock the hatch and you walk inside and slip the guy that you paid for the keys. He gives you a quick nod and you walk out of the diner.
As I walk back out, do I hear pounding on the hatch?
No, you don't hear anything at the hatch right now.
Okay.
So, now that you've found the location of your first memory, what do you wish to do now?
The voices are very happy that I locked them in. Well, they're not, I don't know about they're happy, but they wanted me to do it, so I assume they're happy. Yeah. They got a schmau. Yippee. Can I just look around and see if I'm walking in a random direction and just look around and see if another one of those glitchy things happen, and then I see the little wispy guy? Because that's the only judgment I have.
Yeah, okay.
He died.
So you start walking off in a random direction that seems familiar to you in a way. And as you walk off in a direction, all of a sudden the back of your head starts to hurt, and your vision starts to glitch out.
Wait,
Yes.
where's Meep? Where's
Meep
my soul, girlfriend?
got wiped with the time reset, remember?
Do I not have Meep no more?
You don't have Meep at the moment, no.
Where's Meep? I'm sad now. I'm gonna cry. Depression. Okay, anyways, proceed. I had to know.
Well,
If I find
Meep
Meep,
was
that's important.
part
I'm
of
gonna be
your
happy.
time. Meep was part of your time, so when you got sent back to your time, Meep got wiped with... Meep also got sent away. And since Meep and you became friends in the past, Meep and you will not be knowing who each other are now.
Do you remember me? Do you remember me?
You have no recollection of Meep at the moment. Your memory goes too far back to remember Meep anyways. This is like early campaign things. Like, the memory you saw, I don't know if you were able to figure it out, but it was one of the twins. So, back where we were, the back of your head starts to pain and your vision starts to glitch out. Roll an insight. See if you can notice anything.
You know that never goes well down.
Roll it.
Forget another 2.
Please say you're kidding.
Motherfucker, I wish I could so such. Can I roll again? Can I roll again, please?
No. So, suddenly your vision glitches out and you collapse from a small EMP shock. And as you look up, you see this kind of like hologram in front of you, and it's like shoving a sign in your face. Saying, free workshopping, free body workshopping, just go to this address, and you real quick just close out this hologram ad that's popping up in your vision. Before standing up and rubbing the back of your head. And as you continue down the path, you kind of come across this nice, beautiful forest that you just kind of see to the side. So, you're now at this intersection. To the left, it's kind of this pathway that leads into this large forest. Straight ahead, it just kind of seems to keep going off through between these trees. And to the right, it seems to go to this fancy city-like area. So, which way do you want to go? Do you want to go left into the forest, forward, and continue down the road, or do you want to go right and go to this little city-like area?
Can I tell if any of them seem more familiar than the other ones?
All of them
Are
have a
they-
sense of familiarity to you.
Voices! Voices! The voices! Which one do you think? Which one do you think? Forest, road, city. They want me to keep going down the road.
Okay, so
I assume that's what they want.
you take down the middle path and you keep going down the road, and as you go, you kind of see this large... You kind of go now into this brand new clearing.
The voices are not helpful at all, actually. They said middle, left, right, down a circle.
I mean, do you want to go down the middle path, or do you want to change your direction?
Rerouting. No, I can go in the middle. I'm committed now.
Okay, so you continue going down the middle path, and for some reason, everything still seems familiar to you. You end up finding this little offshoot path that's kind of... It's more of a natural path, and you see this sign that kind of says, like, history this way or something. Do you want to...
I like it.
Do you want to go down the path that says history this way, or do you want to continue down the main road?
feel like history would be really helpful right now. I need a history lesson.
Alright, so you go down the path labeled history this way, and as you go down, you notice this kind of gated area. And as you kind of walk through the gates of this area, you notice this kind of hatch. This old wooden hatch kind of inset into the ground. And you see a plaque nearby. What do you wish to do while you're here? You could turn around and leave, you could go straight through the hatch, or you could read the little plaque.
How about I'll read the little plaque-a-doodle.
Okay, so you take a look at the plaque, and
Everything is the same.
as you look at the plaque, you kind of read over it. This hatch is the entrance to a small underground base, seems like. This base was discovered around the year 1800. With modern knowledge, it seems this place was used as a small base of operations for some vigilantes. Other than this information, not much about it is known. That's really all the information you're getting off this plaque.
Try to open the hatch.
You pick up the hatch lid, and as you pick up the hatch, there's this old wooden set of ladders, and it leads into this kind of well-lit up room. Do you wish to go down the ladder?
Does it look safe? Does it look safe?
Yes. It looks safe enough.
I shall skedaddle down there.
Alright, so as you carefully start to lower your foot to take a step onto one of the ladder rungs, you realize the broken, old, decayed wood is purely aesthetic, and they have safe, actual footholds set in place to make sure people don't break their neck by falling down.
The voices are yelling at me.
So as you walk down, as you get to the bottom, you notice one of your feet kind of sink in a weird way. And as you look down, you notice there is a very clear indent in the ground. And as you look around, suddenly as you start to look around, and your head starts to hurt in the back again, but nothing seems to happen right at the moment. You notice there's a few rooms, there's a large side doorway, and there's some decayed doors kind of on the sides and in the back of this room. There seems to be a large decayed table. And it seems one of the legs are well old and broken. There seems to be a large paper that's well weathered from age, but seemingly preserved due to natural technology now. And there's gashes in this paper, seemingly of knife marks being gashed down into the paper and table.
What's on the paper? Can I see?
Okay, so
I assume it's like a map or something.
you walk farther into the room to get a closer look at the paper, but suddenly, as soon as you hit around the middle of the room, the back of your head hurts immensely, and your vision glitches again. You see a memory of yourself standing alongside Alexios and the ironclad flame being that you saw in your memory. All of you seemingly holding these large sacks of just random scrap and material you could grab. And you all are just kind of staring at the hatch as this fire genasi being is head first in the ground, upside down. And it's a quick freeze frame, but then everything real quick snaps and turns back to normal. And as you look at the paper, you see a remnant of what seems to be a battle map, with scrawled writing, and it's clearly given its scripture, not exactly for a moment of joy. The writing seems angered, and it seems to be quick and brutish. Ink is spread out around the paper, and you see names of people, and you see these titles, seemingly of positions. And for some reason, one name sticks out amongst this paper. Simply the name of Oblivion.
To you.
The fact, for some reason, why a simple concept of classic wording that's used in everyday language now for writing and stories, why this name stands out so much to you is otherworldly. It's a strange, indescribable feeling. But as you look around, there's really nothing more you can really notice.
Not even in the other 2 rooms that are behind the doorways you mentioned?
You could look at them if you want.
I go in there. I go knock who there and then open it.
So you take a quick knock on one of the doors, and as you open them, you're astounded with the fact that there is well-preserved food behind this one door. It seems to be an old pantry, but there are boxes upon boxes of fresh food and fruit lining in boxes and vegetables, somehow undecayed and unrotted. Other than that, there's really nothing more in this room.
What about the other one?
So as you go over to the other wooden door and you knock on it real quick, and you real quick open it and you peek your head in, you see a old bedroom. The sheets and blankets of this bed are well decayed and rotted from time. You see an old mirror stand kind of set in the corner of the room. The wood is old and rotted, and you see a few gashes from what seems to be a blade in this stand. And you see a small window only allowing in a slight bit of light. And as you look up, you see the rafters. As you look up in the rafters, you see this one specific rafter seemingly worn down from something. But it's in this specific spot that seems to be a small indent going around the rafter.
Do I find old pajamas?
You do find a random piling of pajamas, and you see a small plaque next to it just saying, and it just simply states some random pajamas found within the ruins of this place.
The voices wanted to ask that for some reason. And now they gave you a side eye, or someone a side eye.
Is there anything else you want to do while you're down here, or do you want to leave?
Can I give just like one more look-see and see if there's anything interesting?
So, you do one last look over, you find a large training room, and you find some, like, small area. You see the safe room that you see a safe room kind of there, which brings some memory of you being in this room, and nothing really else to it. But, other than that, there's really nothing else that stands out to you.
Okay. I guess I skedaddled then.
Alright, you climb your way out, and as you climb up, you kind of see kind of like a group of what seem to be tourists kind of gathered up outside. And as you leave, they all kind of go down to look at whatever history's here.
Okay.
So, you head back to the main road, and you could either head left, continue down the road, or you could head right and go back to the intersection.
I want to go look at the forest.
Okay. You head back down the intersection, you go into the forest instead. As you walk deep into the forest, about where you're middle way through this forest, you see a large tree, elegant with large roots spewing out of it in every direction, lining the ground. And you see this old, kind of decayed stump attached to this tree. And as you, like, slowly reach towards this stump for some random reason, the back of your head hurts. And suddenly there's an upper half of body positioned. And as you real quick spin around, the trees turn black. The sky turns to a dark color. Everything seems gross and gives off a strange, creepy vibe. You see Alexio standing nearby, and you see a few others, some from your memories. And right before everything ends, you see this large beast, this large black spider-like creature with no eyes dash towards you and go to bite you. But right before it does, everything goes back to normal. You drop to the ground with a half panic attack. For some reason, you were heavily breathing, even though without being human and having these normal emotions, you suddenly understood fear. And you lay on the ground panicking and heavily breathing before recovering and getting back up. You see some people kind of like standing in like on the path that's kind of looking at you confused of why you just suddenly dropped back and nearly screamed. With embarrassment, you walk out and go straight back to the intersection. I just wanted to create a lighter version of each color that I'm going to use. You're now back at the intersection. What do you wish to do?
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to take voices. Be out for this time. City or back to the middle. Not to get paint all up on there. Paint. Okay, so now I'm ready to start designing this, and here's where I start trying to be all precise all of a sudden, acting like this.
But do you want to go down the middle again?
I'm just creating a line around the bottle, and I just want to make sure it's level and doesn't get all crooked.
Ignore the background because my little sister decides to watch YouTube.
It might be quicker.
You want to go to the city?
More that?
I was saying ignore the background noise because my little sister decides to watch YouTube videos now.
Cute.
So, yeah. So you want to go to the city?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be quicker.
Okay.
So it's a one done thing, so maybe the city will be a one done thing and I'll keep going down the middle.
You take the path to the right and you start to head up towards the city. And as you walk in, your vision glitches again. There's kind of a bar off to the... There's like a tavern off to the left, and there's a shop kind of set neatly in the middle of this area. There seems to be a large inn in the back, and to the right there seems to be this large structure, seemingly of some importance. Given what you know from knowing of information of your database, you could guess it's some sort of town hall.
My best to try to make it like a seamless connection. It was slightly difficult because the paint was obviously already dry.
And everything then snaps back to normal. The shop in the center is now the small little district. The tavern to the side is now a bustling bar. The inn in the back is now a hotel. And to the right, instead of the town hall doesn't seem to be much different, but it seems to be preserved in... It seems to be preserved.
But after I got started with this, I began looking more and more.
Anything you wish to do while you're here?
Since the town hall is the most involvement. Like the thing that looks the most from the past, I want to go in if I can. Look around.
So you walk into the town hall and you see a bunch of people kind of milling around, looking at like little stands of paintings and artifacts and such. But to you, it seems to have a more depressing tone. It feels like this place should be barren. It should be old and decrepit. The thrones in the center should be empty. It shouldn't have the voices that kind of bustle around and intriguing of what's here, and instead it should be a place of mourning. Anything you want to do while you're in here, or do you want to leave?
Does anything catch my eye in particular?
Nothing in the main room, no. You just feel like this place should be less used as kind of like entertainment and more as a place of like memory and mourning.
Is it worth checking other rooms or no?
You do see 2 rooms in the back.
Orange fishy lives.
So you kind of take a quick peek in the rooms. In the right room, nothing really there seems of notice, but as you look into the left room, suddenly your vision glitches slightly, and you see kind of like what seems to be a flaming scimitar.
Orange fishy.
And the vision real quick dissipates.
The Hydro Flask is, you know, a nice, well-made product. I don't quite understand why there's so much hype behind this specific brand. It's not because I don't like reusable water bottles. In fact, in high school, I had this one water bottle.
No. I leave and then should I check the other buildings? Yes, I check
Give
other
me
buildings.
1 sec to try to barter with my little sister to turn on the TV.
Over the years, I've had new water bottles, but I never found that one that was as special to me as that one. So let's recap. I've told you a story about my first email account and about a water bottle. I think I'm going to try to sell that rights pretty soon. Even with this underwater
It's
scene,
fine,
that one planet squishy that I painted with the water scene, of course that was
Bartering was successful. Okay, now what do you want to do?
I leave the town hall.
Alright.
And I one of the other buildings.
Which one of the other buildings?
So you said there's a bar and
there's a bar, a hotel, and then there's a small little kind of like shopping district in the center.
I remember something happening in the bar as me, so I'll go to the bar.
Okay, you head over to the bar and you walk in and you see people enjoying their time, cheering and drinking. There's a few people passed down on the counters and tables from having way too many drinks.
Alcohol. Is alcohol stronger nowadays because we're cool and epic and old?
I mean, no guarantees. Depends on what alcohol you're getting. But you see an open seat over by the actual bar. There's an open bar stool that you could take if you want.
I guess I'll do what I did to the other guy, to the bartender, and just ask questions. So yeah, go sit down.
Okay. You go up and sit down, and as you do, you see the bartender walk over. He kind of leans down charismatically on the counter. Hey there, welcome. What can I get you to drink tonight?
The voices are typing. I don't say that to him, by the way. That would be weird. What does he look like? Curious.
His skin is rather kind of darkish. His skin's dark, his hair kind of follows the same tone as his skin. His hair is kind of black and smooth back, seemingly kind of intending to make him look attractive. Probably to help boost sales or something.
He's looking for them tips.
Other than that, you really don't pick up anything else except for the fact that his right arm is completely robotic.
Ooh, cute. It's hair in disguise, JK.
Hair and time traveled!
Hopefully that helps the voices with their question. But and it's gonna be like, nothing quite yet, but I wanted to ask some questions, if that's okay.
Sure, I can answer some questions. I got some free time. There's some other staff to handle everyone else, so yeah, I can sit and answer some questions.
What do the other people look like behind the bar?
They're all pretty human, but they all seem to have the same kind of uniform. Their entire right arm is fully machine. And you notice some of these people are pouring drinks using the arm.
Why do I feel like you're taking some inspiration based off your older VR chat character?
No, it's not.
Okay. Okay. the voices have been answered. But yeah, I'm gonna ask him if like about how the bar like can be. I'll just start with that question.
Alright. So you ask him how, like, the history of the bar and everything. And he kind of thinks for a moment. The history of the bar? Huh. I haven't really looked too much into it. I know a decent bit. They kind of run us through a whole history thing when we get the job. Because, you know, what better way to be a perfect employee than know how the place came to be?
It's how
Hell,
McDonald's
forever
was when I
ago,
was
it used to be a tavern of sorts. This like town area has been around for decades, I think, a few centuries maybe. Let's see. Over the years, it kind of got more modern. I think at a time there was like some sort of statue over there in the corner of some
You're
people
robotic.
and whatnot. Is it being? Hold on.
Oh, you're back. Hi.
Okay. What all didn't you hear? Because my Discord decided to be special.
He was doing dialogue stuff. Oh no. the
How
guy's
far
here.
into the dialogue?
He was saying. Last I heard, he was saying. My memory is really good. I remember him saying. He gets like had to do a history lesson when he was hired, and he said that it's been around for centuries, maybe like decades, maybe centuries. I think that's the last thing I heard.
Okay. So you didn't miss out on too much. He kind of gestures over in the corner. At some point, I remember them talking about some sort of statue that was over there in the corner. It was for some sort of memoriam. I don't exactly remember what. You can find the memoriam over there. Kind of, he gestures over to the little off area. It's like a little hall of memories thing over there for old heroes and such. Other than that, not really too much. That's really it. The bar just kind of got more modern. We got different drinks, and it just modernized. Then now we're here. Most of the staff has a metallic arm. It allows them to, work drinks better. We can dump ice directly into the drinks, serve up certain variants, add flavors, whatnot. That's really it. It's nothing more I can really note off of. So, yeah, that's for the history of the bar.
Do you know anything about any of the other places, like the town hall or anything, or only the bar because of your history lesson?
No, I do know a bit about the remote area. I grew up nearby here. The hotel used to be an inn. I can't remember exactly what it used to be named, but it just kind of grew from an inn to town hall. The shop area out there used to just be a singular shop. It was like a general shop, and then they ended up diversifying it and making it more specific. Most things here really didn't change from what the past said it was. The town hall is the only thing they preserved because it doesn't really require a single person running this place anymore. But that town hall used to hold some real nice things, some memories and stuff, and the guy that was there was rumored to be this giant, 6 foot something. His hands were huge, they said, and his daughter was half elf, but it wasn't his actual daughter. It was some princess he saved, and he had some companion that was like a hamster or something. It could speak and cast necromancy. I don't know, some weird fairy tale sounding crap, but I won't judge it because I've heard crazier. Hell, I've seen crazier in this bar, so I'm not going to judge.
The voices are saying he was real. Can I ask him if he knows of any places that would be helpful for guess a history lesson, learning more. Or
I mean,
if you cannot think of
this whole continent's got stuff about memory. So it depends exactly what you're looking for. There's some things about a war, some about some heroes of the past, whatnot. Other than that, I can't really give you anything specific unless you give me something specific you want to learn about.
Nah, I think you've been really helpful, thank you.
Alright.
Can I just give him... Okay, real quick. Is like 1 credit similar to $1, or
Yes.
what's the dealio? Okay. I want to give him 5 credits as a tip.
Okay, you mentioned you want to give him a tip, and he kind of looks confused. He's like, "A tip? For what? I haven't even served you. I just answered some questions. That's it."
Yeah,
I mean,
but you've been helpful. I appreciate it.
All right, yeah. Here, give me 1 sec. You see him reach into his pocket and pull out a transfer tab, and so you real quick take out a card. You tap it. You see 5 credits been transferred. He pockets the tab and then simply just gives a quick nod. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And then I proceed to leave, because I don't think there's anything... can I just, like, as I get off the chair and start leaving, can I just take a little peek around and see if there's anything cool?
Yeah, so you get off the bar stool, and as you look around, you kind of... The only thing that really seems like something of note would be the little Hall of Memories area they have. Other than that, there's really nothing there.
I'll check the Hall of Memories.
Alright, so you walk into the Hall of Memories, and you see this large kind of Hall of Fame looking thing. There's plaques lining down the walls, there's images, there's small statues. There's nothing really that seems out of the ordinary in the room, as everything is a small little memorial thing in this room.
Do I see any names on anything that makes me think, oh,
So, as you go down the hallway and you see this little, like, replica of a statue. And as you look at it, you notice 2 familiar figures. You and Alexios. Why you are in this statue confuses you. But you see the 3 of the figures that were in your memory. The Fire Genasi, the Wounded Elf, and the Ironclad Flame Being. And as you look at the plaque at its side, you see your name alongside Alexios's, and along 3 others. It simply names Husk, Atlas, and Sigil.
we got names, boys.
And as you continue reading this plaque, it states something that stands out to you. These 5 heroes of their time, with some taken from this world when they shouldn't have been. The strange disappearance of Sigil, Phoenix, and Alexios from a bright flash of white after the fight was over. Regardless where they are, what time they are in, they will stand in our memory. And that's all it states. Upon hearing those names, you feel a pain in the back of your head. They definitely ring some sort of bell. And as you focus in more on the structure, your vision seems to slowly zoom in on it, and you start to get like a tunnel vision. You hear echoes of laughing and voices, and weapons clashing together. You hear yelling and some other such things, before suddenly you're snapped out of it and your vision kind of returns back to you.
I have 2 things.
Okay?
Do cameras exist?
It's the
Do I have
year
a camera in front of my
3000. Yes, it's the year 3000. Of course
Do I
there's
have-
going to be cameras.
Do I have a camera in my head?
Yes. You're a
Can I take a
robot.
picture of the statue?
Yeah, you take a picture of it.
Yay.
You now have it as a memory file, so you can revert back to it at any moment.
Dude, there's a little statue of Yes, dude, to Alexia. It's good. Anyways. And then also, too, there's, like, statues and stuff of me.
There, this
Everyone would be like, wait a minute.
this one statue has you on it. None of the other nothing else really has anything. This specific statue has you.
And looks at it, and then they're like, and look at me, and they're like, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute.
No one else is in the room with you. It's just you.
Yeah, but like, the history buff is gonna walk past me and be like, oh.
Well, I mean, that's only if you come across one.
It would be funny. Anyways, I took a picture of statue, and now, if there's nothing else interesting, I shall skedaddle.
Okay. You walk out, and as you look up towards the sky, you kind of see it getting really dark with it turning to night. You feel your body kind of slowing down a little bit, and you feel yourself getting tired. Given your instinctive code, and you walk over to the hotel and you ask them about a room real quick for a night. They give you a look over, and they quickly just ask, room for a human or a synth? You tell them that you're a synth, and they real quick type something in on a screen. That'll be 5 credits.
Okay, give them 5 credits.
You pay 5 credits. They give you a key card to a room, and you walk into the room. You simply go up to it. You see this charging dock. You slot yourself in, and you power down for the night. And as you power down, a new memory seems to form. Now you see yourself fighting alongside some others. But as soon as this memory kind of flows to your head, it disappears.
Aw.
And that is where we'll end the session.
I knew it was coming, damn you. First thing!
So,
What time is it? Oh.
episode 1 of your epilogue has finished. And then next week we'll probably do another person's epilogue. Whose it'll be? Don't know. It might be Alexios, it might be Atlas, it might be Husk, I'll figure it out.
Okay. In the summary, can you just list different memories that I have so I can note?
Okay, so your memories were the one that you had since the campaign ended, of the memory of you guys in the survivor shelter. That was the whole diner location and you guys being at the campfire. That was just a little survivor area and the scavengers and stuff like that. The second memory was you fighting in the forest against one of the twins. Specifically against Noise. And then that third memory is a small fight memory. That's it.
So that's all the memories that stayed there?
Those are the memories that stayed. The only other memories were quick little flashes of, like, you going down to the little hatch area, well, to the old base of the party of, like, Sigella, Atlas, and them, and seeing, like, all that stuff, and then the memory of you guys meeting Atlas. Then there's the memory of the scimitar, and just the memory of walking into the town area and seeing everything, like, the old buildings.
Okay. Well, those are the ones, like, actually in my brain now. That I have unlocked.
Yes. So that's the session. So, next week we will...
Here's what you're gonna do for Atlas.
If May wants to go next, then yeah.
They just got done screaming that they're like...
Okay, I'll start planning out that session then.
Well, I'm just curious what you're gonna do for the people who stayed there. But Alice still stayed and watched 3 friends disappear. Husk was just like...
Well, Husk was still there. They... both Husk and Atlas walked out fine.
Yeah, but no, and then he later said that he, like, skedaddled somewhere
Yeah, he just
and
kinda...
left.
Later!
So Atlas was alone.
Alice is
probably
alone
gonna
with
be them
Campbell.
getting over their depression.
Alice is alone with Campbell. Satsu's gone, Sigel's gone, Phoenix is gone, Alexios is gone.
It's probably just gonna be them getting over their depression.
And leaving you journals.
Oh, yeah, oh, Moss earlier gave me the because I didn't tell you what I thought you were gonna. I didn't tell you what I thought you were gonna do at one point. But you were talking about how I'm gonna tell you now because I know you can use it for next episode and I can cry. But you were talking about the one at the campfire, and then you're talking about one that was a few days after. I thought you were gonna mention Mia and Moss's little headcanon that Atlas would do Phoenix's hair all the time, and I thought you were gonna say that I would see my hair being done by Fire Genasi, and I was gonna be and now I feel like I should have kept my mouth shut because you're probably gonna use that against me at some point in my life.
Probably, maybe, we'll see.
Anyways, yeah, there you go. I told you.
Yeah, that's where we're in the
Now
session.
Now, Moss better take back that no. I take it back.